Margaret again with another book talk. This time I am talking about Pet by Akwaeke Emezi. This was a National Book Award finalist book and the winner of the Stonewall Book Award. It is 203 pages long. And I'm going to start by reading you the first two paragraphs. There shouldn't be any monsters left in Lucille. The city used to have them, of course. What city didn't? They used to be everywhere, thick in the air in offices, in the streets, and in people's own homes. They used to be the police, and teachers, and judges, and even the mayor. Yeah, the mayor used to be a monster. Lucille has a different mayor now. This mayor is an angel. The last couple of mayors have all been angels. Not like a from heaven, not quite real type of angel, but a from behind and inside and in front of the revolution, therefore very real type of angel. It was the angels who took apart the prisons and the police, who held councils prosecuting the former officers who'd shot children and murdered people, sentencing them to restitution and rehabilitation. Many people thought it wasn't enough, but the angels were only human, and it's hard to build a new world without making people angry. You try your best, you move with compassion, you think about the big structures. No revolution is perfect. In the meantime, the angels banned firearms, not just because of the school shootings, but also because of the kids who shot themselves and their families at home. The civilians who thought they could shoot people who didn't look like them just because they got mad or scared or whatever. And nothing would happen to them because the old law liked them better than the dead. The angels took the laws and changed them, tore down those horrible statues of rich men who'd owned people and fought to keep owning people. The angels believed, and the people agreed, that there was a good amount of proper and deserved shame in history, and some things were just never going to be things to be proud of. So this book is set in a city called Lucille, where human angels have eliminated all of the monsters. The main character, Jam, is a selectively nonverbal transgender teen. She only vocalizes, she only speaks aloud with a select few people, her parents and her best friend, and uses sign language to communicate most of the time and with anyone else. Her mother is an artist, and in the very beginning of this book, she paints something that you and I might call a monster. It has the hind legs of a goat, golden feathers all over its body, dead hands, horns, and a mouth that spews smoke. While looking at the freshly finished painting, Jam gets dizzy and falls, cutting her hand and dripping blood on the canvas. Somehow, this awakens or summons the thing out of the painting, and it becomes real. It introduces itself as Pet and says that it is there to hunt a monster in Redemption's house, and Jam has to help. Redemption is Jam's best friend. Jam struggles a lot with the idea that there are still monsters in the world. Didn't the angels get rid of them all? It takes her a long time to decide to tell Redemption about Pet, and together they go to the library to look up how to identify monsters, since they don't exist anymore. How do you recognize them? Not really a spoiler. You know it's coming, but there's definitely a monster in this book. I'll admit, I struggled a little with reading this book because of the monster. I felt sort of scared and helpless, much like Jam, when Pet opens her eyes to seeing what is unseen. You might want a box of tissues and your most comforting blanket or pillow by the time you reach the climax of this book. I would say it is recommended to fans of magical realism and speculative horror. Best of luck.